Welcome, Gryffingear. So this video is for anyone new to Gryffingear, looking to join and want to learn a little bit more about FRC versus FTC and the Gryffingear committees. So let's begin. You're going to learn the difference between the two levels of high school robotics, FRC versus FTC. You'll learn about the committees in FRC, and hopefully by the end, you get a broad understanding of the options so you can make an informed choice about which committee and which program you want to join. So first, FRC versus FTC. I have a few slides. So who can join these programs? First Tech Challenge, FTC, is for grades 7th through 12th grade, middle school and high school, while First Robotics Competition is high school only, 9th through 12th grade. We stick to that at TPAA. Robot differences. So FTC is an 18-inch cube robot, and the field's about 12 foot by 12 foot. So a little bit smaller scale, but FRC robot's a little bit bigger. You got a 2 by 3 by 5 foot robot. You're looking at a basketball court size field. So bigger robots. FTC, a little bit smaller robot. A little bit of time commitment difference. First Tech Challenge, you have about 2 days a week, and plan about that. Sometimes it goes up towards competitions depending on how much you can commit. September through February is the season because the game kicks off in early September. The season intensity is medium because it's kind of longer. And the attendance requirements are probably a little medium just because we don't have that level of intensity. For First Robotics Competition, it can be like 2 to 6 days a week. And yeah, 6. August through May, it's a kind of a year-round program. Even the summer sometimes you will have things going on. Your season intensity is high, and I'd say that it's a little bit lower, close to that 2 days a week in the fall, but you're going to be ramping it up when our spring season happens, and that's where the intensity gets really high because the game's announced in January, and we're going through competition season potentially through April. The attendance requirements are also very high and very strict if you want to be on a traveling team or actually go to the competition. So time commitment there. Let's talk team structure. First Tech Challenge, you're looking at smaller teams of about 6 to 12 students. I think we'll be in that 8 to 10 range at TPAA. You have a it's a simpler social structure just because you're with a smaller group of people. And all students get to excel in all roles. Like a lot of different roles in a team, and you can kind of, since it's so small, you're kind of expected to be a little bit of a jack of all trades and try out everything. And FRC, these are bigger teams. So at TPAA, you're looking at 40 to 60 students on the team. And it's because more students, it's more complex social structure with more leaders in here and more levels of a team. And students excel in a limited number of those focus roles. So think about it. You're going to kind of be put in a committee, and you kind of like are specializing in that committee, and those committees together kind of collectively make the First Robotics Competition team. So a little bit of that. Now let's talk program format. Your extended season. I'm going to move my slide a little bit. Oops, I messed up. It's okay. We're going to go back. There's no edits here. Looks like we're not. There we go. So program format. So you're extended in First Tech Challenge. We have an extended season here. So it's because it's a little bit longer and the game is announced earlier. It allows us to have, there's some peaks, but it's kind of spread out with recovery periods. So you're not like intense in a certain time of the year versus where FRC, we have an intense and focused short season really in the spring where it gets super intense. And then in FTC, I'd say you learn more independently or you learn as a team, and you can get help outside, but you can be guided by mentors as your team kind of sees fit. Where FRC, it's more of a formal workspace. It's a workplace where you're going to be working with expert adults, and like you kind of all collaborate together. In FTC, there's some manufacturing tools you can use, but it's not needed. But some of it's available. But in FRC, it's required. So you're going to be using those advanced manufacturing tools and for the robot design. Now, tournament structure. For First Tech Challenge, we have 4 league meets at TPAA. Those are Saturday half days, and it's only matches. You go home, done by noon. And then there'll be 1 interleague tournament, also at TPAA. This is a full-day event with judging and awards. And you could potentially advance to the SoCal Championships that's in Monrovia, and potentially to Worlds, but it's really tough to get there. So these are just all half-day events or one-day events. Robotic First FRC, you're talking multi-day events and with travel. So expect at least 2 district events. These are 2-day events, and One will be at Eastside High School, so no travel, it's local. But expect one overnight trip that will go wherever we can for other events. So these are multi-day events and maybe some overnight. And we can potentially advance to SoCal Championships and Worlds. I'd say it's more likely to advance to championships and Worlds than in FTC. So those would also be multi-day events. Now let's look at FRC different committees. So you do all that. We got a list here. Got 6 of them. So Magic, Muggle Affairs, EDM, Dark Arts, Mysteries, and Games and Accidents. Let's go through this. Magic. It is about the impact and awards. So impact, it's about the more than robot side of things. So it's kind of the business side of it. Like we build a robot here, but there's more to it on a team. There's doing outreach, being in your community, trying to encourage more people to get into STEM, especially younger students. We want to help grow more teams, and so it's about doing creating an impact in your community beyond just you guys building a robot. You also get to talk to judges a lot. Like these are people, if you want to do more communication or learn on those communication skills, how do you articulate what your team's about to judges, and how do you market yourself? You want to get in business? This is the perfect thing to do. So people will be presenters and have to present to judges and be pit ambassadors where judges come by and ask about the team. And you have to be ready to talk about it and the accomplishments and everything about your team. So, and this leads to awards. So some of these awards can actually qualify us for the next level. So potentially to advance to SoCal Championships and Worlds. So it's an important role here. And if you like doing business side of things and being that spokesperson, or just like seeing that side and how operations work, this might be interesting for you. Muggle Affairs, Imagery and Media. So we've won the Imagery Award 8 times on Gryffingear. We're the only rookies to win a non-rookie award at Worlds. So we won Imagery first year at Worlds, and rookies typically don't win those. So imagery people, and the way we do this is we have this Harry Potter theme, right? So we just stick to our imagery, and even everything through the pit, the robot, and our handouts, our flyers, they all have this theme. We keep that theme consistent. We also have a social media and YouTube channel. We work a website, and it's really about being creative, because what can you do more than that? It's image. You don't win an imagery award just copying and pasting what you do every year, but you can win it by doing something new and doing something unique. Or the judges will see the same thing every year, and they want to see something more. EDM right here. So engineering, design, and manufacturing. So you're going to learn how to use the machines to build a robot. You're going to use the advanced manufacturing technology. Let's actually, I want to show you. So you get to use these machines. So looking down there, you see the 3D printer, you see the router, see the mini mill, you see some students wandering, the power tools, and way over here, laser cutter. It's hard to see right there, but we have a lot of tools available, and you're going to have to get to learn those. So you also get to learn how to CAD using SolidWorks. And then honestly, this is a thing where you're expected to want to learn. You're going to be learning a lot in the fall to use these machines. It's important to be so we can be ready competition season. Because if we don't have students ready to learn those, then we just can't build the robot. The expectations are high with this group. The interest in this committee is very high too. So expectations are you want to be someone who wants to learn, and you have to be an active learner in this. There's no lesson plan. There's no getting an A from your teacher. All right. So be the learner, and you can do well in EDM. Dark Arts is controls here. So anything powered by the robot. So you're talking your wiring or your electronic control system, your motors. So these, where many EDM was kind of like building the structure of the robot, EDM is about powering it and making it turn on and do stuff. All right. Mysteries and programming, right? So these are people you blame when the robot doesn't work because they didn't get enough time to program the robot or test it out, because we spent all the time building. So they get blamed a lot. It's okay. That's programmer life. So you program the robot controls. You're going to be doing it in Java. There's also autonomous programming in here. So you can be programming the robot. There's usually a non-human controlled period. So you want the robot to be able to follow some preset commands. Also, there's using computer vision. There's using new software. There's keeping track of your different versions. If you want to do this committee, you have to learn how to program. And even if you're brand new, you can learn Java. There's a lot of, you're kind of expected. There's a lot of at-home stuff you can do or outside of the shop time. Learn Java, and you get to apply those skills and actually make something physical move. That's kind of cool. So if you're interested to learn programming, this is the committee you want to join. Magical Games and Accident, it's the leftover ones. That's why they're together. And Omar's face says it. He's enjoying being in this committee. So safety is about workshop safety, making sure people take the safety test, and routines and rules of the shop are keeping everyone safe, because there's a lot of things that can hurt people. Strategy, it's the strategy of the game. It's strategy starts pre-competition, where you scout your teams that will be at the event. It's during the competition where you come up with how you're going to interact with the other teams and who's going to do what. It's really people that want to understand the game and want to understand the meta game. It's like when you play any online competitive games, it's the same stuff here. The community and understanding the meta community of FRC is pretty intense, and it's pretty try hard. So if you're interested in like really nerding out on that stuff, this might be the committee for you. So overall thoughts, I think this is good to iterate here. FTC versus FRC. FTC smaller team, FRC bigger team. FTC smaller robot, FRC bigger robot. The first tech challenge seasons kind of spread out, where FRC it's year round, but it's really intense in the spring. You can learn multiple things. You're encouraged just to learn different specializations or try different things in first tech challenge. Where FRC, we expect you to specialize in one committee. So that's why you have to pick a committee, or you're assigned a committee. The tournaments are single day events, smaller, no overnight trips, not really much travel for FTC, but expect some travel in FRC. Multi day events, overnight trips, more of a chance to go to Worlds. And I'd say the difference with adult mentors. So mentors will help in FTC, but and one difference here is like you can kind of do things without the mentors being so much hands on, but where FRC you work alongside mentors. So it's a combination, because it's more intense, it's more complicated, and you're expected to work a lot with a lot more people. So there's the differences here and your option. So make sure you prioritize and make sure you ask questions. But that's my presentation. Thank you, folks. Bye.